Thank you, Melons. It is definitely time. I am Hamtrak, joined by none other than the Puns and Roses. We will be your web announcers for tonight's game. How's it going, Puns?
It's going great. How are you, Hamtrak?
Life is good. Can't complain. We're watching roller derby. How can you make it better? Well, thank you for joining us wherever you may be. Of course, we'd love to have you here at the hangar, but they are sold out. And obviously, if you are from far away, welcome to the broadcast. And we're going to do our best to make it fun for you and not make ourselves look stupid in the meantime.
Oof, that might be a tough on that last one. Evergreen Gene in the white, Ovarian Barbarian in the purple are your jammers. And Ovarian Barbarian through the gates.
Out for lead jammer for jam number one, as it looks like Evergreen Gene still stuck in the AOA wall.
Katie Quick, Shaolin Spock are doing a great job there. Katie Quick tried to get a cut, but refs.
Yep, nope, that was a cut. It was the offense, or the defense rather, did knock Evergreen Gene out of bounds, but went out of bounds themselves, but ended up cutting a couple of their own blockers when they came in. So not a no pass. It is a cut call and first power jam for Rose City.
Ovarian Barbarian already with 10 points, coming around for another scoring pass. Great work by the Axies offense there. Nice job there by Brute Champagne. Almost got enough of Ovarian Barbarian to get the knockout, but just not quite enough.
OV is pretty crafty that way. Now both jammers back on the track, and Evergreen Gene drawing a penalty on Katie Quick. And now they're going to have to do just a two-wall here formation. Now back into a tripod, and what a big hit by the Axies.
Baby.
Yeah, Rolls laid out the jammer and now having to recover the helmet cover from the ground, and has done that. Pivots right there, but no pass yet, as OB is continuing to make scoring passes. Up to 24 points just on this first jam alone. That is an actual no pass for Evergreen Gene, and will don the star again.
And once more, Ovarian Barbarian gets some good offensive help, finds the lane, and that is a 24-point jam to start this, 28-point jam to start this bout. Wow.
Yeah, 28 points, and the timely call-off right before Katie Quick's point got gobbled up by Evergreen Gene. Great call-off, great timing, and the Axies of Annihilation off to a great start.
Yeah, you gotta love 29 points to start off with. And we have Beyond Thunder Dame taking the line up against Bento Boxer.
Bento Boxer working on the back wall of AOA right now, and Dame pushing that wall way out. Ginger Aff able to bridge a little bit, but look at Beyond Thunder Dame out in the apex between 1 and 2. And now the offense trying to do some work for Seattle and not having enough time. Now having to focus on Dame again. Oh, wow. Look at the offense by Ginger Aff and Sprout. Wow. Dame was almost untouched, Puns.
Yeah, well, I think there's a lot of confusion with Rat, as Ponyo Knees had taken the star pass, and I think Rat was trying to figure out who actually had the star and who they had to open a hole for, and Dame took advantage of that.
And then on the pass after that, Ginger Aff and Toxic Haste combining, and Dame another untouched pass through. So we're at 37-0 here in coming into Jam 3.
And we've got Renegade Ruthie in the white, Evangelical in the purple.
Yep, Katie Quick, Shaolin Spocker with Rolls, Mary's Baby, and
Hound of Bad Askervilles.
I couldn't see the number. Thank you for getting that, Puns. Oh, and they're doing work right now on Renegade Ruthie.
Yeah, and we have a multiplayer block. Rat City is down to only 2 blockers.
That's Brute Champagne headed to the box.
And Evangelical splits those blockers like they're the Red Sea.
And almost again, but
nice work there.
Two-wall, pretty effective, yeah.
And now they're looking to play offense, trying to get Renegade Ruthie out. Renegade Ruthie taking a big hit, just buried there on the outside edge.
That is a formidable wall, and now Rolls and Katie Quick recycling back to almost turn one here as Spocker bracing. A little bit of offense coming from Hound of Bad Askervilles.
Rat was able to put up a good defense there against Evangelical, but Evangelical got to her feet, skated out very quickly to the outside edge. Ooh.
Oh, and now Helical. Yeah, Helical gets escorted to the ground courtesy of the Stranger. Well, the Stranger was in there too, number 192.
And now Evangelical struggling a little bit.
Yeah, they do look awfully dug in. Now Rolls has come in to bust up that Seattle wall and successfully does so. Not quite able to reform together, and that gives Helical a one-on-one, and Helical is out for 5 more, getting the lap point every time as we have a partial star pass. Actually, it is completed. The pivot does have the cap.
And Rosemary's Baby just buried Brute Champagne.
Well, as Champagne kept coming back, Rolls came back with, not allowing, not affecting relative position, so it wasn't a directional, but just as what we call a suck back.
Yep.
And very well done as well. There's only 3 seconds left in the jam, but it was called off anyway at the order of Jessica Rodriguez-Pfeffer. And that is going to take us into jam number 4. And another 20 points for Helical on that one.
Yeah, this has been about as good of a start as you can hope for Rose.
You know, and it's the first time skating on the floor, I think, for a lot of the Seattle skaters, so it takes a little while. We've seen this with visiting teams that come in, get themselves into a little bit of a deficit as they learn the floor. There is a heat factor here today in the building, so there is some heat to deal with, and you'll see a few jams in from now, you'll see the visiting team start to adapt. And now we actually have the first jammer race situation of the game. So we have Shenanigans jamming against Evergreen Jean, and Guns is able to get through, collect all the points, and Seattle's still looking for their first point of the game.
Well, this was a much better jam for Seattle, so I'm sure they're going to look to keep the momentum moving in their favor if they can.
Holding Rose City to 4 points is a victory at this point.
Two-Town Cider, damn fine cider made here in the Pacific Northwest.
Damn fine cider. Bento Boxer and Tegan Inscaria. Tegan Inscaria with some fancy footwork on the inside, able to hold off the attack of number 5-0, Brute Champagne. Keeping the footing, staying in bounds. And now on a scoring pass. Just some, God, look at Tegan Inscaria go just in and out, leaving a trail of blockers in the wake there. Now coming into the back of the wall, getting a little bit of offensive help there from Katie Quick. Katie going to Duncan now, but run out of bounds by a blocker that went down and comes in.
Rosemary's Baby heading out. That gives Bento Boxer enough of an edge. Bento Boxer is finally free.
Yaya is going to get the call off, and I believe that is in time. No points. And we have a timeout called by Optimus Quad, the head coach of the Reign of Terror. I think that's probably a pretty well-placed timeout, if you ask me.
Yes. I mean, at this point, the game has not been going the way you want. You need to figure out a way to change the momentum. This is a great timeout.
I mean, we're 5 jams in here, and I think you have a little bit of an idea of what you're up against as a team. So this is I think you're absolutely right. It's a good time for a little break to adapt to what you've been seeing on the other side of the track, and hopefully make some changes that will yield some positive results. Well, while we're here, why don't we shout out Tonkin.com, sponsor of our Jammer line. They are the largest selection of new and used autos in the Pacific Northwest. They're only a click away at Tonkin.com.
And we are back.
Back like Slim Shady, and it is
Ovarian Barbarian
OB,
up against
yep.
513 Morgan McSlay.
Yep. And once again, Rose City getting lead jammer and Toxic Haste and Sion doing some work on the front there, holding McSlay back. And there's an out of play is called, and they have to let McSlay go. Now it's going to be up to OB to call it off, and she does. And it is going to be another 4-0 jam. Seattle having to be pleased with that.
Yes. Killer Burger, 5 minutes to burgers, beer, and bottomless fries. Killer Burger.
I believe you were a visitor there earlier today.
Yes, I was. That was dinner tonight, and it was amazing.
My favorite burger is the meathead. Oh, it's so good. It is so good. Bacon, double patty, onions. I'm making myself hungry. Can't do that. And
Nope.
we Beyond Thunderdame jamming here for Rose City. It's her first game back after a leg break. So Dame looking very strong, has to be feeling good about this performance, even just this early in the game. 100% lead jammer status. Of course, that is all of the Rose City jammers at this point. But after you come back after a leg break like that, you have to be excited to skate so well. Dame wanting the Rose skaters to come up to the front to try and get some points here. But, oh, is that call off in time? No.
No, all right. 2 points up in the air. That is the first blood for Rat City.
It was a box point and the first blocker pass. The jam was not called off in time. The shutout is broken in jam number 7. Selwood Pet Supply. Hey, quality nutrition and supplies for your pet, and a proud supporter of the Wheels of Justice. Thank you, Selwood Pet Supply. We have a pivot line start for both teams. Already into the apex as Evangelical and Bento Boxer are doing battle with the stars on their heads there. And it looks like Helical, with room on the outside, gets through for lead jammer. Bento Boxer has shed the helmet cover, looking for some assistance. And it looks like we have a completed pass to Ponyo Knees.
And Evangelical working inside to outside, now getting stuck on the outside and buried.
Wow, I thought that was a cut against Toxic Haste. Tox came back, but the officials didn't see it that way. And we have a no pass, no penalty, only 3 points for Rose City on that jam. So I have to say that since that timeout, they have been limited to single scoring passes. So obviously the Reign of Terror has made some good adjustments in the right direction.
Yeah, that's what you look for when you call that sort of momentum timeout early in a game.
Guns looking for room on the inside and finds it. Beautiful move to stay on their feet.
Renegade Ruthie just bouncing around like a pinball, trying to find any sort of opening.
Well, having played against Katie Quick at RollerCon, Katie is an amazing blocker, so I would not want to be stuck up against Katie Quick there. And then to have Spocker in there as well with Irie Strider. Wow, look at Guns.
Somehow just kept inside, and nice work there by Shenanic Guns.
Renegade Ruthie just looking for any kind of offensive help, and Guns almost got through unnoticed, but got caught on that outside line by the jammer. In fact, it wasn't even any of the defense that had caught Guns. Now it's just a Big 10 wall right now as the penalty box is clear. The Bud Light penalty box is clear, but it's just a big pile of skaters there, and now the momentum has slowed a little bit. The defense digging in against Guns here.
Renegade Ruthie just pushing against that 3 wall in the front, gets recycled. Irie Strider meets her in the back.
Some good backwards facing blocking there by the Stranger.
Duncan came back to play a little offense. Ends up having to move back for defense, and we have a star pass.
Brute Champagne taking the star for Seattle. Ooh.
Duncan buries Shenanigans, but Shenanigans calls that off, and they get 14.
I shouldn't have mentioned that thing about not having multiple scoring passes.
Yep, that's what you get.
That happens. All right, big thank you to Oaks Amusement Park, home of the Rose City Rollers, and the place to purchase your Derby gear. The home for now, still on a venue search, I believe, here.
I believe we still are searching for a venue. All right, Tegan and Scaria finds the front of the pack.
Big hit by Tegan and Scaria.
Evergreen Jean, outside to inside, also finds the front of the pack and is out.
That's funny, this skater out there. Yeah, there it is. Kendra Hertz, that's what it is.
OHSU Sports Medicine is proud to be the official medical care team of the Rose City Rollers.
Couldn't do it without our medic team, always there to take care of us should something happen.
Always nice to have them. Hope they just get to watch the game and nothing else.
I hope they're bored. Yes.
Yes.
I hope they get to be bored all night long.
Well, not bored when you're that close watching roller derby.
Fair enough. I hope they're not pressed into activity.
Yeah,
Thank you, Pun.
they do have the best seats in the house. And they get to watch Ovarian Barbarian streaking around as your lead jammer.
Rose City still, if I recall correctly, 100% lead jammers.
You do recall correctly.
And here we are going into, we're in jam 11 now.
Bento Boxer just stuck in the sad place up front.
Yeah, that is not a fun place to be right there. And now.
Oh, big hit from Katie Quick on her own jammer. Ow.
Friendly fire will happen.
And 5 points. There goes the century mark, 104-2. That's a lot. But, you know, we still got 3/4 of the bout to go.
Awful lot of time left here. And like I said, Seattle has really slowed the bleeding in the last about 7 minutes since the timeout was called at about 20 of the 22-minute mark. Beyond Thunder Dame jamming. Wow, it looks like someone got a fistful of Dame's hair there, it looked like.
Yeah. And Morgan McSlay finds an outside edge on Sion and is out.
Now how many points can Dame get before having to call it? Looking for room on that side. It looks like it might just be 2. No, they're going 3.
Dame 3.
Yep.
Oh, 1 in the box. Got the ghost point.
That's the ghost point I was counting. I didn't see the second blocker passed on the track, but you know what? The officials have a much better vantage point than we do.
Yes, they do. Voodoo Donut, the magic is in the hole. Proud sponsor of the Rose City Rollers and the Wheels of Justice.
Oh, I went over there to the concession stand looking for the Donuts of Justice, and I didn't see any.
Oh, I'm sorry. Those are tasty.
Oh, chocolate raspberry filled donuts.
Yeah. I'd be all over that if I wasn't still full from the Killer Burger.
Helical jamming against Evergreen Jean with rolls bridging the 2 packs. Helical trying to get room, but Seattle's defense dug in here, not allowing much of anything. Champagne up in there with Wyote.
And, Helical looking for a gap. Oh, and
almost went underneath somebody, didn't quite work out.
That was fascinating to watch.
Yep, and then Pagnoni is also in that group, really making Helical work for it, but now free and out for lead jammer.
And that Axel's defense playing amazing in space, just breaking apart, reforming, always seems to be in the right position. And Helical with 5, and there we go. Evergreen Jean is out on the initial pass.
Wow, and they're asking for the call-off right away as Rose's wall was in the back and there wasn't much of a chance for a huge scoring opportunity. So that one's just going to be a 5-0 jam.
At this point, you don't have to play risky and get greedy.
This is very true. It's just good strategy at this point. It is hot. The skaters might be starting to feel some fatigue already. You can pretty much take whatever the outside ambient air temperature is and add 10 degrees, and then you'll be somewhat close to what we are in the hangar here.
Right, and then add another 5 for being up here on the mezzanine.
Well, I wasn't going to throw our problems into it, but
Well,
hey, while we're here. Oh, look at Guns with a nice move on the outside, some toe stop flare. And they are out, and now here comes more defensive handiwork by Ginger Aff as Toxic Haste headed off to the box. Guns through, and now Bento Boxer out on the initial pass.
And Shenanigans wants that pack to speed up a little bit, grab a couple points.
Wow, may have gotten all of them. Maybe, I can't tell when they went out of bounds, but the Jamref actually conferring with the OPR. It is 3 points.
Shenanigans just flying through the air for that.
Guns, the transfer from New Jersey out to Rose City a couple of years ago. Making it an 8-0 contribution.
Bringing that Jersey moxie. Deb Counts Tabor moving to Portland. Let Deb at welcometopdx.com help you find your home.
Yes, definitely don't do it alone in the Portland housing market. Yaya out there jamming for Rose City. And oh, look at Spocker able to preserve the 100% lead jammer number for Rose.
Renegade Ruthie almost had that lead jammer and then just got denied.
So close. That's really a horrible feeling as a jammer, is when you know you're almost out, you're right there, and then the world swallows you up again, and it's just like, this is no fun.
Yeah.
I'm not having fun.
Speaking of not having fun, Ponyo Knees, who now has that jammer star, is just stuck in the back. And
Spocker, Tox, and Katie Quick, I think. That's just not fun. And then Rolls out there as well.
Yeah, that is a really disgusting blocker wall.
I mean, you just don't want to go up against that. A lot of size out there, a lot of skill. Now they're trying to do any kind of offense for Ponyo Knees, and it's just not happening.
Meanwhile, Tegan and Scaria finds that inside edge, just dances on the toe stops, and is through up to 20 points so far.
And it's not showing any signs of stopping as Ponyo Knees just continuing to have not a lot of success, and now getting run back by Tox, and now actually cutting Tox, so Bento Boxer has to sit as the jammer. And now being told to return to the track, so it is not a power jam. The call was reversed. Rose City is wise to it though. So, and they are going to reform around Ponyo Knees.
Tegan and Scaria, almost did the twirling toe stop dance, but Carolina just shuts that down.
That's a mercy call off there, as I believe there was no initial pass there for Seattle. 29 points for Yaya.
Woof. Bridgeport Brewing. Drink Bridgeport Brewing because it's delicious and they support roller derby. So
good enough reason for me.
Yeah, that's 2 excellent reasons right there.
Not as if you need good reasons to drink good beer, but, you know, hey.
Yeah.
All right, it is Evergreen Jean against OB. Evergreen Jean gets recycled out immediately right on the jam line as OB gets lead.
And Evergreen Jean gets some great offensive help through on the inside. Bavarian Barbarian.
Wow, Sprout with a big hit on Duncan.
And
I thought I saw maybe a forearm call, though, maybe?
Yeah, I saw something, but Duncan headed to the box.
Duncan got the forearm. Duncan is not coming up on our penalty screen here.
Black Cat Plumbing, Portland's neighborhood plumbing company and a proud sponsor of RCR and the Wheels of Justice since 2009.
That's a long time. That's 10 seasons.
And Thunder Dame.
Only having a 2-wall to work on here. Now it's a tripod-ish.
And
a big hole in that tripod.
Oh no, Thunder Dame heading to the box. Bento Boxer is out, but took the star off, so no lead jammer. This will go the full 2 minutes. but this will be Rat City's first chance to really rack up some points.
Well, we're going to have to see if that defense can lock in with offense, and it doesn't seem so on that pass. A relatively easy pass for Bento Boxer.
Yeah, Bento Boxer just sushi rolled past Shaolin Spacher.
Oh boy.
Oh, and Bento Boxer.
Yep. Dame had served the full 30, so this will be a full 30-second penalty for Bento Boxer. And now points will be traded.
So that is Dame's initial pass.
Yep. Yep, Hound offering a little bit of initial offense. Dame now strong enough to just push through as Bento Boxer standing in the penalty box.
Beyond Thunder Dame says, we don't need another hero. We don't need to find the way home.
Thank you, Tina.
That's what I do. Rosemary's Baby up to play some offense. A little offense being played there by Brute Champagne.
Oh, Dame almost through, just a quick spin move. And she is out. Penalty on Seattle. Dame through for 5 more.
Oh, another penalty. And Rat City down to only 2 blockers. Thunder Dame plowing through Rosemary's Baby.
Rosemary's Baby slow to get up. Hope she's okay.
Looks like it.
Dame sneaking through, getting all 4 points.
And 4 points in the air for Bento Boxer.
14-9, the final score on that jam. I want a big thank you to Protalis Insoles and Red Bull. Up next we have Evangelical against Morgan McSlay. Both jammers push to the inside immediately. Wow, a little funny business. Yeah, a little defensive jamming there, but Helical out to get lead. Once again, no Rat City jammer has gotten lead yet in this game.
That was good work there, though, by Morgan McSlay to play that defensive jammer, especially with their team down by 2 blockers at that point.
Yeah, absolutely. Anything you can do to cause a little bit of confusion to get people out of their normal groove can be beneficial.
All right, we've got a forearm call on Evangelical. So for the second jam in a row, this will go the full 2 minutes. And there goes Morgan McSlay out on her initial pass. So both teams at full blocking complements.
Talk's playing a little bit of screen there and doing a good job of it. It was able to take one of the blockers out and allow their wall to do work. Still with Morgan McSlay. And not even getting through. Now, of course, announcer's curse, getting through for 5 points.
Good defense, though, to extend that as long as possible.
Definitely took some time off of the penalty there to Evangelical, who is now back on the track, electing to go all the way around rather than to come in there right behind in turn 2.
Ginger really extending there to contain Morgan McSlay. And that is Toxic Haze coming back to play some offense. Oh, Evangelical just taking a big wallop there.
Yeah, we're into that time where, you know, we have less than 15 seconds left in the jam, and the fatigue is really setting in for these jammers. They're doing an awful lot of work out there. Not to say that the blockers are not, but, you know, jammers are kind of in their own little world.
Yes.
And that's the natural conclusion to jam number 18 as we have 2:55 left in the first half.
And the score is 176-20 at the moment.
All right. How about Blaze Streaming Media? Hey, they're bringing you what you're watching right now, the live broadcast of tonight's bout. Thank you, Blaze Streaming Media. And it looks like it's going to be Guns against Evergreen Jean. Guns looking for room on the inside, finds it. Gets face to face with Estrella, but able to get lead jammer. That is Shenanigans. Wow, Guns just cuts through. God, I've seen Bonnie Thunders do that a million times, and Guns made it look easy.
And meanwhile, Evergreen Gene just pushing hard against that Axles defense.
God, look at that.
Oh, Guns just unloaded on the back of that pack.
Guns is looking like a Red Rover champion. They are just not staying tight in their defensive wall. It's allowing Guns to just cut through like that. Guns looking for as many points as possible before they call off. They do. And holding Reign of Terror to no points, but collecting 14 of their own.
And looks like we'll probably have about one more jam left in this half.
Possibly two if it's a quickie, we'll have to see.
And we'd like to thank RCR's newest supporter, Bud Light. Grab one today. They're also the sponsor of the now empty penalty box.
Yep. It seems like it's been a fairly clean game. Let me just do a quick penalty count while you call this.
Oh, hey!
Whoa! Lead jammer for Seattle, first time.
Bento Boxer. That was a temperamental play. Tempura, you got it.
Oh, no. Oh, no. There's going to be some fallout from this game. And Yaya able to get out on the initial pass. We're going to see what Bento Boxer decides to do. Tapped the hip once and decided to stop.
Interesting.
So they're electing to go long here since they actually have control of the jam, but Yaya is making them pay right now. Wow, toe stop fury on that inside line.
I wonder if the thinking was get the last of the blockers out of the box.
And maybe kill off this period.
Yeah.
Not allow Rose to call a timeout or an official review, and now we have a call off here on that outside line. OPR's had to signal it to the jam ref, and that should pretty much, that's going to end the first half right there with a 14-4 jam in favor of the Axles of Annihilation.
Ovarian Barbarian on the line to start this second half.
And here we go in the second half. It is Ovarian Barbarian against Evergreen Gene.
Evergreen Gene pining for that outside line.
I see where you went with that, Puns. That's why we call you Puns and Roses. And how about that? Red City lead jammer, now 2 jams in a row. Last jam of the first half and the first jam of the second half. They are turning things around, but it's going to be a 0-0 jam.
No, 0-1. Evergreen Gene picked off Hound of Bad Askervilles.
Did not see that. Thank you for correcting me. So that second lead jam for Seattle in this game.
And Bridgeport Brewing. Drink Bridgeport Brewing because it's delicious and they support roller derby. So we are looking at Bento Boxer against Beyond Thunderdame.
Yep, Dame pushing on that front wall of the Reign of Terror. Not finding room through Duncan on the inside, having to recycle and go around. Oh, and now getting Duncan to go down, but going down as well. It looks like Dame was already awarded lead jammer.
And Wyote trying to open any sort of hole possible for Bento Boxer. And Wyote drew a penalty, heading to the box. Bento Boxer now with the cover off.
And Beyond Thunderdame working on this Reign of Terror wall again, and not having a whole lot of luck right now, and forcing a flip. Oh, and looks like a no pack was called. Everyone stopped, and Dame went right on through as Sion is going to the box.
And there we go. Bento Boxer finally free. Dame getting some offensive help from Sprout of Control.
And getting all the points before the call off Beyond Thunderdame. And I was going to mention, I was noticing at halftime before I went a little brain dead there. The penalties, I think, have been rather light this game. It really hasn't been a penalty-heavy game so far. 10 penalties only on the Seattle side. And it looks like about 9, if I can add correctly, 9 penalties for the Axles of Annihilation. So
That's a very clean game so far.
And that's including the first 2 jams of this half, too. So obviously a few have been added. So it's a very clean game so far between these 2 teams. As Mellons had mentioned in the introduction, hasn't always been the greatest of relationships between these 2 teams, but obviously you can see with that few of penalties, a great deal of respect between them.
Yes. And Renegade Ruthie only against 2 Rose jammers.
Blockers,
sorry. Yeah, you know
that would be tough.
Yeah.
Rose is doing a good enough job with the 1 jammer that they have. They don't need any more.
And there is Evan Helical, who's been a revelation so far.
Wow. These jokes don't stop, friends. Buckle in.
It's what I do. Oh.
We got another game and a half of this, and Helical's going to call off that one. My, oh my, a revelation. Oh, let's do a read, shall we?
But of course.
What have we got? Oh, dear. I don't even know where to go. OHSU Sports Medicine is proud to be the official medical care team of the Rose City Rollers. Oh, my. That in case we need any healing miracles, right?
Exactly.
Oh, my. I'm just not as quick as you. You're quite good at that. Oh, and there's Guns just ripping through her own wall and Seattle's. Not stopping there.
Speaking of quick, wow.
Excuse me, I misspoke there. They going through the pack. And Guns, look, Guns again splitting that Seattle wall. They're able to reform a little bit better on this go-round, but Guns just has a way of just cutting through like a knife and just breaking up that wall. Offense now coming to help out Evergreen Jean, but it is not successful. And the AOA wall reforms around Jean. Oh, Guns.
Would you say they're bringing a Guns to a knife fight?
Boy, I tell you, they are the gun and the knife, all in one convenient package.
And
look at that AOA wall, just dug in, helmet cover off. And Evergreen Jean has just had about enough of this nonsense. Pivot right there on the side. Actually, very sneaky star pass completed. And now Brute Champagne.
And Ginger Raff heading to the box. Toxic Haste out. Toxic Haste opens a hole for Shenanigans. They call it off.
Not before getting 5 more points there. And it looks like we have an official review being called by Optimus Quad, also known as Pablo Esquivel. So, official review here is going to, our head official, skating official, I should say, is Darth Bling. And so they are pleading their case now for what happened, and we'll see what it is here in just a moment. Quad has finished pleading his case, so Bling has taken the microphone. Let's hear what he's got to say.
So what happens if you lose your official review?
So each team gets 1 official review. Let's bring it down to Bling and see what this review's about.
White is requesting a cut track penalty on the purple jammer.
All right. That is a good use of an official review. You want to use your official reviews on things that will really help your team, and getting a power jam would do that. So we'll see if that is going to be upheld or not. The officials conferring at the center of the track. Basically what Bling is doing is asking the officials closest to the activity in question, this is what they saw, can you confirm nor deny? And either they will have a conclusive ruling or they will say the no call stands. So
it is always a risk, especially only 5 minutes into a half. But really, at this point, you know, I don't see Rad having. I mean, you might as well just pull out all the stops.
Yeah, and it looks like the officials have conferred rather quickly, and Darth Bling now giving the coach and captains the results, and now we will hear it for ourselves.
Let us know what you got.
Upon review, purple jammer did not go out of bounds. White will not retain the review.
All right, and there you have it. Apparently the officials were steadfast in their no call, and it is going to stand. So now they have no more official review for the remainder of the game. As you said, it was a risk. Getting a no call reversed is much more difficult than getting a call reversed. Obviously, that's more of an uphill battle, and not working out this time for Seattle. So it is going to be just a blocker advantage for Seattle. But right now, the jammer, despite having the blocker advantage, is going to play a little defense at first. That is Bento Boxer.
And Tegan and Scaria finds the outside lane. Is your lead jammer. Bento Boxer meeting the shoulder of Rosemary's Baby. Oh, great footwork there by Bento Boxer.
Even despite being a little off balance, they were able to stay in bounds and get out on that initial pass. And Yaya will call off, getting all 5 points before any more damage could be done.
And we would like to give a shout out to the Portland Mercury and Shebop. Thank you for being sponsors.
Alrighty. 23:40 left in the first game of tonight's doubleheader. You are watching the B teams from Rat City and Rose City, the Axies of Annihilation and the Reign of Terror. Up next will be the All-Star teams, the Wheels of Justice and the Rat City All-Stars.
And Ovarian Barbarian sacked that defense like it was Rome.
Wow. OB out on that first scoring pass now with 5 big points, courtesy of Toxic Haste giving a little bit of offense there. Tox helping Sion get back, a little tug on the jersey there. Those left turn jerseys can take that kind of a beating.
Yes, they can. And speaking of taking a beating, Morgan McSlay just getting bounced around in that defense. And Sprout of Control opens a big hole for Ovarian Barbarian.
Yeah, right now, Irie Strider, Sion, and Tox, well, had it on lockdown, and then Slay able to get out. But not before OB just has a walk through the park, really, on that last one. Not even touched, which is the goal of any good offense. And that is going to make it a 19-0 jam in jam 6 of period 2. Yep, we both did the same thing, didn't we?
Yep. All right. Trailhead Credit Union and Bike Punk are some of our additional awesome sponsors. Thank you to both of those.
Takes a village. We need all of you to help us out, and we can't thank you enough for supporting Rose City and women's athletics. And we have Beyond Thunderdame getting a lead jammer against Evergreen Jean.
Evergreen Jean slowly getting through. Rosemary's Baby bridging. Evergreen Jean is finally through on the initial pass.
And Dame is going to go for the call off here before any points can be scored. And collecting 4.
Tonkin.com, the largest selection of new and used autos in the Pacific Northwest, is only a click away at Tonkin.com.
Yes, sirree. Rose City with a jam line start here, dug in deep. Looks like Seattle opting for a 2-2 here. 2 offense, 2 defense. Let's see how that works out. Trying a sweep on the inside line, not working. Helical still having trouble with the 2 wall. Now gets it broken down and finally gets out. Fairly quick work there by Helical. I think that's, unless I haven't been paying attention, that was one of the first times I saw Seattle go with the 2-2. And Helical will get that call off in time, despite it being difficult for the jam ref to see when she was on her back on the outside line there.
Wow, Helico with a very emphatic call off.
Yeah, very demonstrative there. Yep. But it worked. No points. Hey, how about Bud Light? Thank you to RCR's newest sponsor, Bud Light. Grab one today. Dilly dilly. Just under 20 minutes left in this game. We have Shenanigans against Renegade Ruthie.
Renegade Ruthie pushing the front of that pack. Irie Strider. Oh, no pass, no penalty.
Well, there was a bunch of whistles right there. One official called a no pass, and I thought the other was calling a cut. But there's just actually a rash of penalties. Irie Strider for Rose, and looks like Estrella for Seattle. Guns is going to go ahead and call this off before Ruthie can grab any points, but the Bud Light penalty box with a couple of visitors.
Good defense there by Rat to limit that to just 2 points.
Yeah, now there's going to be some jockeying for position here.
And as you mentioned earlier, Left Turn Clothing, where fashion meets function. Maker of all those lovely Rose City uniforms. Yeah,
the new uniforms are pretty fantastic. I do like them. I am a fan. Oh, look at this, and it's Evergreen Jean. Might be a first lead jam for Evergreen Jean.
I believe second for Evergreen Jean, but
Maybe.
either way.
Always pining for it.
Yes, there you go.
I'm getting in the spirit. Yaya giving chase now, trying to force that call off, but it looks like they're electing to go long here as they are able to get the recycle on Yaya. And now Irie Strider waiting to provide some offense, as Evergreen Jean still having trouble with the Rose City wall. And it looks like they're drawing a cut. Toxic Haste drawing the cut on Evergreen Jean.
Oh.
This is going to be a 2-minute jam. Oh, wow. Yaya able to keep that skate inbounds for 5 points, getting the lap point.
And Rose already starting with the offense.
Yep, caused chaos early, and it makes it easy. A shoulder throw there by Duncan, not effective. And Yaya is through for 5 more. Here comes a sweep on the outside.
How sweep it is.
Oh, and nice little step over Estrella's leg there, and Irie Strider got knocked out of bounds. And it would end up cutting the blocker that...
Yaya with a lovely apex jump. Went down on the landing, but got inbounds.
Still smiling. Look at that on the inside. Little hop. Oh, that was a... Wow, I'm thinking
Champagne's going to head to the box on that one.
That's a leg block, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one...
Yeah, they're going to get you on that one.
I mean, that's such a dangerous hit. I mean, there's such a high potential for injury on a hit like that. Apparently, the 30 seconds is deemed enough for all involved. It's a very high risk when you have knee-on-knee contact like that. I'm not sure if it was direct knee-on-knee, but there was definitely it's definitely a dangerous hit when you do things like that. Bento Boxer up against Ovarian Barbarian.
And it's not necessarily an intentionally dangerous hit. Sometimes you're going for something else, and
Derby things
the positioning just happens to work out in the wrong way.
I'm not insinuating that there was any malintent there, but I mean, as we all know, injuries can happen regardless of intent.
Exactly.
So we have OB with lead jammer. Bento Boxer about 60 feet behind. And now Rose is going to run to protect their points. Go, wow, and OB able to get through, get all the ghost points without the help of the offense. And now Seattle is trapped 2 blockers down going into this next jam. Deb Counts Tabor, are you moving to Portland? Let Deb let Deb help you out there. Welcome to PDX.com and help you find your next home.
And we're looking at Morgan McSlay and Beyond Thunder Dame as your jammers on that Tonkin.com jam line.
Wow, Dame just finding all of the room on the inside and untouched through the wall on the initial. Morgan McSlay with a slightly different tale to tell. Well, of course, when there are only 2 blockers out there, it certainly does make life a challenge.
It does indeed, and those 2 blockers did a great job holding up Beyond Thunder Dame,
Except multiplayer block there going to Carolina, and so it's going to be, as soon as the box emptied out for Seattle, it is now starting to repopulate. Dame through for 5 more points. More whistles being called now. Multiplayer block again.
That would be
Looks like Vishaka Sion getting that call.
And Thunder Dame finding that outside edge. Morgan McSlay finally gets that star passed, and it's out of control heading to the box. Brute Champagne has the star on the helmet.
I'm thinking Dame is going to want to, they're going to want to keep this jam going. Try and get those blockers out of the box. Now both Rose City blockers, well, I shouldn't keep talking because apparently that wasn't the play at all. They wanted to protect the points. Maybe they figured the 2-wall will be good enough to hold. And we'll have to see how that goes coming into Jam 13.
They were just running as many seconds off as possible.
Well, see, and Ginger Aff got out of that wall, and I thought they were going to keep running forward and protect the points and kill a little more time, but that was not in the cards. So we'll have to see what Rosemary's Baby and Shaolin Spocker can do to try and avoid that offense that has come already and broken them up. So now it's just Spocker, and it is lead jammer for Evergreen Jean. Sion now out of the box, trying to reform with the Rose City wall.
Oh, Evergreen Jean with a beautiful apex jump.
It's clean. Definitely clean.
Clean Jean. Oh, Evangelico twisting and turning in the air on the ground.
Helical always amazes me with the just athletic ability, and it's just a pleasure to watch her skate. Now doing some work on that Seattle wall in the back straightaway, finding some room there, and only has Estrella to beat, and does. A couple of these players looking pretty fatigued at this juncture of the game. Only 12 minutes, 12 plus 38 left in the game. Evergreen Jean going to go ahead and call that one off, and we'll have to see how the points shake out here. 9-4 in favor of Seattle.
I really enjoyed how Rat began that jam, having those 2 blockers sort of in space between the pivot line and the jam line, and then the jammer essentially playing a zone block to guide Evangelical right into the teeth of that defense. That was a great way for them to start that jam. And now we have a jam line start. Oh, shenanigans.
Wow. Just wow.
And Bento Boxer.
Yep. Toxicate getting called off on a penalty. Otherwise, Bento Boxer would have been stuck for a little bit longer.
And
I think there was a point. I think they did get at least 1 point. Rose got 4. Some discussion between the officials, the jam official and the jam ref and the head ref now on Rat City's points. They're going to say no points because Sprout was out of bounds, not in play, and so that is not a point.
Good call there.
Now, Seattle has the blocker advantage this time, and Ruthe looking for some room on that outside, not finding it. Finding Katie Quick and Shaolin Spocker, Rosemary's Baby instead, as they are the only 3 blockers on track. Look at Katie Quick do work. Look at Katie Quick do work. Not able to get out of bounds, but Rolls finishing the job. And now Renegade Ruthe out, but in the meantime, Tegan and Scaria gets out for lead jammer and is also collecting points. And they actually get the call off in time, and Toxic Haste just as the penalty was ending. and is now able to come out on track. Very well-timed call-off
Perfect
for
time.
Yaya.
CrossFit Magnus, the official fitness partner of the Wheels of Justice.
Let's see, it doesn't look like there's any real penalty trouble there. Seattle's the stranger at 4 right now, but that's it. Nobody in any real danger with less than 10 minutes left in this game. Everyone's kept it pretty civil, and Ovarian Barbarian getting out for lead here.
And looks like no pass, no penalty for Evergreen Gene, who is through on the initial.
Brute Champagne headed to the box. So that will be a blocker advantage for Rose City going into Jam 17.
We are under 10 minutes now.
And it is Bento Boxer back up on the line. Up against Beyond Thunderdane. Hope you're enjoying the game here from beautiful Portland, Oregon, as the doors have been opened here at the hangar and it's cooled off significantly. Beyond Thunderdane getting a lead jammer.
And Bento Boxer only about a third of a lap behind.
Not far. Let's see what Dame decides to do here. Wow, just taking out blockers there.
And Dame picks up 4, calls it a day.
I was worried about a possible back blocker forearm call there on Dame, but did not happen.
WSL Leadership Coaching, the official secret weapon of the Wheels of Justice. WorkSportLife.com. See how they can help your team.
I guess it's not much of a secret anymore.
No, we're just telling everybody now.
Blocker advantage for Portland. And Morgan McSlay trying to make the best out of that, and does, getting lead jammer. Probably only the 6th or so time Seattle has gotten lead jammer. Helical out, but Morgan McSlay collecting points already, getting knocked out of bounds by Irie Strider, who also went out of bounds, but got recycled back by several other skaters. Now both jammers scoring points. Seattle, oh, that was interesting. Very good track awareness by Helical, knowing which skater to come in front of and behind. And Morgan McSlay electing for the call-off before a second scoring pass can happen for Helical.
And that's a 4-4 jam.
Well, my word. We're moving through this game. It seems like it's going by fairly quickly now, doesn't it, Pun?
It has been moving at a very rapid clip. Well, we haven't had really any timeouts. The last play stoppage was that official review 18 minutes ago.
And I think the first time out was like 6 or 7 minutes into the game. So
yeah, it's just been a very quick game, and I'm okay with that. That's Shenanigans is your lead jammer. And Evergreen Gene, again, about a third of a lap behind, holding the helmet.
Yeah, I noticed that as well. I hope there wasn't some sort of helmet strike there, but there was definitely some ginger skating on the part of Evergreen Gene right now. Still holding the helmet now as the jam ends. I'll have to keep an eye on that one.
Yeah, and that would... All right, we are back to it. Tegan and Scaria facing Bento Boxer, both jammers stuck deep in that pack. Tegan and Scary finally moving to the front, extending that.
Yeah, they're going to be out of play in a real big hurry, and it looks like there's a multiplayer block, so that's going to allow Yaya with only one person in front. Not good enough, and now they're going to the box as well. So that's Brute Champagne going to the box as well, as it's starting to get full in that Bud Light penalty box.
There's half a six-pack in there right now.
Evergreen Jean sitting on the bench there with no helmet. I hope there wasn't an injury there. I'll have to keep an eye. And that is a 4-0 jam in favor of Rose City. Five penalties now for Brute Champagne, but only 4.5 minutes left.
Yeah, that's not going to be
should be fairly safe. So the Stranger and Ponyo Knees, the only blockers on track, having to deal with Ovarian Barbarian, who gets through somewhat easily. As Renegade Ruthie still stuck behind that wall of purple.
Oh, Ovarian Barbarian, just quick bouncing hit off of the Stranger and through for 5.
OB trying to get through Ponyo Knees right now. Looks like they're going to get through. There we go. That is 5 points again, as still looking for an initial pass here is Renegade Ruthie. It looks like we have a completed star pass. Wow. Big hit from 5'7" Wyote, and it's going to earn a trip to the Bud Light penalty box for it.
And Ovarian Barbarian, she's through for 5. At the front of the pack, Brute Champagne just stuck in the sad place.
Yep. That's that Spocker, Irie Strider, Katie Quickwall with Rosemary's Baby out there as well. It's not where anyone wants to be.
No.
It's where dreams go to die. And Ovarian Barbarian is just cutting laps out here. She's got 20 in the bank already and is coming around for more. Still 38 seconds left in this jam. Whoops.
Looks like the track reached up to grab Ovarian Barbarian.
It just does that sometimes. I just don't even know how that happens, but it does.
And
multiplayer block against Ponyo Knees, and OB is out for 5 more.
Shaolin Spocker also heading to the penalty box.
Yeah, Brute Champagne trying to play a little bit of offense, or a little defense rather. And Rolls now trying to break up that wall, and does. And OB gets through, and that jam will end naturally. And that is a timeout for Seattle. That is a team timeout. We haven't had any official timeouts. We haven't even got to talk about Porque No.
No, we haven't. That's also why this half has been moving so quickly. No official timeouts.
Yep, it's been a fairly quick one, as Optimus Quad calling the second Seattle. And I'm thinking maybe they're just a little gassed. It's like Evergreen Jean back on the track. That's a good thing to see.
Yes, glad to see Evergreen Jean back out.
Ponyo Knees and Shaolin Spocker in the box for their respective teams. It's going to be a 3-on-3 blocker start. TJ Daniels, Slay Lewis throwing down the jams tonight. Woo!
Yes.
That was a 30-0 jam for OB.
Yeah, OB just went through like the Visigoths.
I can't even say what I'm thinking right now. Oh, man. Okay, I think we're into an OTO now. A team timeout has gone to 125. Or maybe they were just not paying attention. Who knows? We're back into it now. Jam 22 with 2:19 left in this game. Oh, Beyond Thunderdame gets recycled out of bounds and back in, looking for something, gets through.
Beyond Thunderdame barbecued Carolina.
And now Evergreen Gene is out half a lap behind beyond Thunder Dame. Thunder Dame, that wall was beautifully split. Gets all the points. Decides not, well, temporarily not to call. Now decides to call. Got Spocker out of the box. And now it looks like this could be the last jam of the game.
Yeah, it's very possible. Depends on how things shake out with Bento Boxer and Evangelical behind that Tonga.com jam line.
We got Hound, Rolls, Quick, and Irie Strider blocking for Rose. Got Estrella with Kendra Hertz and the Stranger jamming for, blocking for Seattle rather.
And Ronnie James Dio on the soundtrack courtesy of Daniel Slay Lewis. Oh, Rosemary's Baby throwing a big pick, but Estrella just shuts that down.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a jammer star on the track. Bento Boxer is unaware that that star is off the helmet.
Well, and, you know, so lead cannot be assessed here. Lead jammer to helical. They can't collect points until they have that star. So no real chance of points. Now Bento Boxer has this star back. Well, and now it's back off.
And there we have a star pass to the Stranger, who is known to have that star now.
But how many? Wow, big hit on Irie Strider.
Oh,
and a forearm earned for it.
Stranger.
Yep. It'd be interesting to see how many. Oh, and there's some head contact there from Estrella. We'll have to see, keep an eye on that. Katie Quick with another quick hit on Estrella as well. Helical looking for some room. Is lead jammer.
So
Period clock has expired now. 30 seconds left in the game.
And Liquor and Split is calling for one more.
You know what they want. They're trying to cross 400 here is what they're trying to do. This is a kind of a, you know, I think they have the points they need right there. I think they got the one. I think they got the one. Yep, they got 3. 3 points there, so we can, the unofficial score here, 402 to 47.
Yeah.
I really think the score is really not indicative of what I saw on the track. I saw some really, really good effort on Seattle's part, but the Axies of Annihilation just putting on a clinic, really, Puns.
They had phenomenal defense the entire game. Both teams had great defense, but Axies really had the ability to sort of play in space in a way that Rat was just not able to counter. And it was great work by both teams, and just phenomenal effort and a fun bout to watch.